Hi everyone. I just want to show you that the all of the earthquakes that are happening, the little earthquakes that are happening all over the place, even all over the world, most likely are related to fracking and fracturing deep underground and sending the blasts of water down there. So I was looking at this because I don't know, I just came across that they have conferences. They get together and they talk about what they can do about it, and it is called Induced Seismicity, and that is what they're doing. So look at these conferences. Here's a Triggered and Induced Seismicity Working Group. The socio-economic impact of the induced seismicity is very significant. Seismicity session. So they know it happens, but they have a rule. If it's magnitude 1 point or over 1 point, they will stop working, supposedly. All right, induced earthquakes. It goes on and on. Stanford Center for Induced and Triggered Seismicity. So this is really sad because the companies are using fresh water, and the water becomes toxic, and you know the droughts that California and Texas are in, but they're having little earthquakes in all of these different places. So it's all over. But the one I want to show you is I just picked this one up here to read, and it's not new, but I read the whole thing. So it's from March 2007, and they talk about in this article enhanced geothermal systems has the potential to make a significant contribution to the world energy inventory. One controversial issue associated with EGS, however, is the impact of induced seismicity or microseismicity, which has been the cause of delays and threatened cancellation of at least 2 enhanced geothermal systems projects worldwide. So what they're doing worldwide really is fracturing Earth worldwide. They're like inducing labor pains. It's really horrible. Oops. And if you read about it, it is heartbreaking. So besides all these other problems that we have in the world, we have to drink water. It's the year of the horse. I wish we could all just go back to having a horse and not a car and ride our horse around. So the reasons for developing fracturing technology are twofold: to bring uneconomic hydrothermal systems into production by improving their underground conditions. They stimulate it. Improving underground conditions means not improving the conditions underground, but fracturing it so they can get the what they want out. Okay, so to engineer an underground condition that creates a hydrothermal system whereby injected fluids, water, can be heated by circulation through a hot fractured region at depth and then brought to the surface to deliver the captured heat for power conversion or other uses. So I won't bother to read the whole thing to you, even though I did. But they talk down here about one that was being done in Switzerland, in Basel, which is kind of an interesting test case. And see, I read it, but I just go there and show you what happened in Basel. Okay, so they were keeping an eye. They're keeping an eye on what was happening in Basel to. This was in 2007, and at the time this was written, Basel was still in operation. They're fracking. Okay, here. Their fracking project. Induced seismicity in Basel. Wikipedia. Okay, this is an account of the event in Basel. So remember, fracturing the earth is happening all over the world. And it's horrific. So here we have, I have a problem with my, there we go, my mouse pad. Okay, so induced seismicity in Basel led to a suspicion of its hot, dry rock enhanced geothermal systems project. Okay, led to a suspension of its hot, dry rock. A seismic hazard evaluation was then conducted, resulting in the cancellation of the project in December 2009. Basel, Switzerland, which is beautiful, I've been there quite a few times, sits atop a historically active fault, and most of the city was destroyed in a magnitude 6.5 earthquake in 1356. And Basel has a medieval area. I didn't really know about this earthquake in 1356, but can you imagine, even though they sit on a historically active fault, they still foolishly dare to start this project. Unbelievable. But the Basel project, although it had established an operational approach for addressing induced earthquakes, had not performed a thorough seismic risk assessment before starting geothermal stimulation. This is so mean. This is like stabbing earth with knives, you know? It's like poking a living thing with daggers and just letting it bleed to death. This is really horrible. And I just really hate it. So, seismic events in Basel reached the trip point of Richter magnitude 2.9 6 days after the main stimulation was started on December 2nd. That was 2006, I believe, or 2006. Despite precautionary reduction of the injection rate earlier that same day upon reaching earlier soft thresholds, even after the injection was suspended at 11:34 a.m., they were probably going, oh my gosh, you better stop. What if the earthquakes get bigger? Tremors continued to grow, including a 2.7 event followed by a 3.4 event later that day. After that, the well was bled off. The well was bled off as soon as practicable. However, further tremors exceeding magnitude 3 were recorded on January 6th and 16 January 2007 and 2nd February 2007. In all, between December 26 and March 2007, the 6 borehole seismometers installed near the Basel ejection well recorded more than 13,500 potential events connected with the geothermal project. Okay, so I'm not going to read all of this, but you get the picture, right? It produces earthquakes. and they had planned for a 30-year lifetime of the project, but it just lasted 1 month. No, they kept it open until 2009. But look at this. I hope all of these fracturing, I can't even call it fracking because we should say it with the true picture in our minds. Fracturing. Imagine a bone fracture. That's what they're doing. So, damage claims. Damage claims arose from the largest of the events. Eventually, some 2,700 claims were processed by the project's insurer for an estimated 7 million, 9 million to 9 million Swiss francs, about 6.5 million to 8.3 million US dollars. You know, what good does it do, you know? You lose your house, you lose your health due to fracking. There are lots of studies, people who live near fracking operations, their fetuses have heart problems, and people are having all kinds of problems from this. You know, it's not just Monsanto food, but, well, the worst thing is if we don't have water. So, it's wrong, it's bad. So now, I just happened to come across this since I was looking up these things, and here is Ohio investigation connects earthquakes to fracking. So this is April 12th, 2014. And this is just pathetic because, you know, just average people who just, you know, they even rent and they have their simple houses. What recourse can they take? Can we take? Because it's happening everywhere. Okay, now I'm going to show you the worst. So, this is all about it. There's, this is from, what, okay, this is RT, but there isn't a video. There's probably a video on YouTube, but I'm not on YouTube. Okay, this is the worst thing I want to show you. This guy. This is unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable, unbelievable. Exxon CEO, don't frack in my backyard. Okay, he gets paid over $40 million per year by Exxon. Okay, the world is upside down. So he has a lawsuit against a company. He's like suing himself, his own company, practically. He's suing a company who is planning to frack near him, and the reason he doesn't want them to do it is because he owns a $5 million property, and he's afraid it will lower his property values. This is not a human being with a heart. These people don't have hearts. They are bleeding people and the earth and all good things from the earth. And what the earth can provide, they're going to destroy the water, the air, and everything. Okay, so this is just a little article here about him. The CEO of ExxonMobil, a top producer of natural gas in the U.S., has joined a lawsuit that challenges the construction of a water tower connected to hydraulic fracturing operations near his Texas home, given that it may reduce the property value. So he objects to the traffic and trucks and noise, nuisance, and traffic hazards. The water tower is owned by Cross Timbers Water Supply Corporation. Fracking in a single well can take millions of gallons of fresh water. You know, they dig 3 to 5 kilometers into the earth. So Tillerson himself has excoriated fracking regulations amid the practice's boom across the country. There's a boom. And what he said in 2012 is because people are against it. He said, this type of dysfunctional regulation is holding back the American economic recovery, growth, and global competitiveness. Well, it's happening everywhere. It's happening in England, in France, it's happening everywhere. On fault lines, taking water. Look over here. Fracking is draining water from U.S. areas, suffering major shortages. Exxon oil spill town, deserted land. I think this is in Arkansas, I'm not sure. Residents still getting sick, forced to abandon homes. It's the end. It's the end. It's the end. Fracking is exhausting water supplies in areas of the country that are suffering from chronic shortages, including Texas. Okay, so just to let you know, this is probably one of our major concerns in life. Drinking water contamination, carcinogenic air pollution, acute and chronic health effects, and greenhouse gas emissions. So it's going to poison everything. And what is the verse that says in the Bible that the waters will become bitter in the last days? You know, it says it. So I just wanted to show you all this, and God said he will come and destroy those who are destroying the earth. Who would ever thought that when the Bible was written that there could even be a possibility of destroying the earth? How could that be? But look, I think the earth can be destroyed a few times over now with atomic nuclear weapons, with fracking, with, you know, if they really wanted to, they probably could. $40 million a year. Did I show you that? Did I show you that exact? ExxonMobil pays Tillerson $40.3 million a year. Thank you for watching. God bless all of you. Please pray that you and we and everyone you know and love will escape what is going to come upon the earth. Make sure you have your soul saved. You be happy, even in spite of all this, because that is your treasure and your crown. Bye for now. God bless.